I've been thinking about making this video for a little bit now. I don't think it'll be like a surprise to anybody, the results or whatever, but I just wanted to do my experience and what I feel tows the best. Now that I've got, a little bit of experience under my belt with all the different types of trailers. So we'll start out, comparing basically the park model to the fifth wheel trailer to the travel trailer. So there's a lot of variables that play into there. I've pulled 3 park models now, 2 Jayco bungalows that the first one was like $12,600, and then this one that I'm pulling now actually is like a little over $13,100. And then I pulled an Alliance fifth wheel, which was I think a little over 15,000 pounds. Those are heavy ones. I can't remember the length. It was over 40 though. It was maybe 44 feet. And then as far as the fifth wheels go, I've been pulling Alliance fifth wheels. I think I pulled one other one. I can't remember what it was. Anywhere from like 30 to 38 foot fifth wheels. And then with the travel trailers, which is what I primarily tow, and if you're getting into RV transport, that's what like 90% of the loads are, 99% of the loads. But they can go anywhere from, I've towed 19 footers up to, I think the biggest was like 38 or 39 foot. So there's a big variable there. And then my personal travel trailer, it is a travel bumper pull travel trailer that's 37 foot long. So I would say, no surprise, my least favorite is pulling the park models. They're heavy, they're big bricks, pulling them through the wind, get terrible gas mileage. When I pulled the Alliance, it was just going from the manufacturer to our storage lot, so it was only like 10, 12 miles, something like that. Not a great sample size, but it was rough. Like, I definitely, with that Alliance, like, dually territory. My truck's an F350 4-door long bed, 6.7 Power Stroke, 2019, so it's well equipped, but that Alliance one, I would want a dually if I'm pulling that far. These Jayco bungalows, they are a few thousand pounds lighter, around 42 feet long. My truck handles it fine, but I'm sure a dually would be better for towing them. But I will say that, like, these park models, you don't buy them to tow them around. Like, they're destination trailers. They go to their destination, they stay there. Maybe if you move, where you're staying at a campsite, usually you're gonna have like a seasonal site. If you move that, you might transfer from one lot to another. They don't even have like an electronic jack because they just know you're not moving these things. So that's like one of my biggest pet peeves of them. They're always slammed to the ground. They're sinking into the ground. You gotta sit there for 5 minutes trying to get them to jack up to get up onto the truck. So by far the worst pulling, in my opinion, is the park models. Then I'm gonna break the travel trailers up into 2 different categories because pulling like a 19-foot travel trailer is far different pulling a 39-foot travel trailer. The 39, let's say 35 plus foot travel trailers, bumper pulls, they're big, they're heavy, they're not tall like these park models, so they don't catch the wind quite as bad. But I get bad mile per gallon pulling them. I've had them where I get like 9. I pulled a 25 or 26 footer yesterday. I got like almost 13. But even the 25 versus like a 35 pulls much different. Once you get over the 30 foot range, and I say like anything over 35 feet, you really start to notice them catching the wind, swaying, stuff like that. But the 19s, 20s, 25s, anything under 30 is really not a bad pull. Anything above, say, 30, 35 is not a fun pull. The fifth wheels, I will say, no surprise, that is my favorite. I do tend to get the best mile per gallon pulling them, and you get the least amount of sway and stuff like that just because the way they're hitched to the truck. So that's kind of my opinion. Fifth wheel. As far as hooking up, though, I'll say a travel trailer. A lot of people told me that I was going to be able to hook up the fifth wheels super fast. I'm quicker at hooking up a travel trailer. Just lining it, I'm still getting used to like lining up the fifth wheel, getting it to snap into place, and that might partially be like the truck and fifth wheel hitch setup. Like, you know, some trucks may better, like some of the newer ones might have better camera setups in the bed that you can see a little bit more clear, or like if I were to do some kind of aftermarket camera setup, maybe that would make a difference. But I feel like I have to get out a lot to line it up, and then and that might just come with time too, doing it more often. I might speed up that process. And then I had the two of them that I pulled were pretty quick hookups with like the hooking up the hitch, getting it to lock into place. But I had one Alliance that just gave me a run for my money with trying to get that thing locked, like the handle locked into place. And I couldn't get it locked very well. So it took me quite a while to hook the one up, and that kind of soured me a little bit. But other than that, like the fifth wheels aren't bad to hook up. I kind of had to figure out how to like where the battery goes, and then how to like use the front jacks and stuff like that. So that was just a learning curve for me. But I do enjoy towing them. So yeah, I say fifth wheel wins. I would love to know in the comments what you guys think. You know, in your opinion, do you enjoy towing the fifth wheels more? I don't expect to hear anybody say that they enjoy towing the park models. Maybe, side note, I don't know if you can see that in the video, that car up there, that's one of those pre-production models that has like the goofy wrap, so you can't tell what it is. I think it's either like a Lincoln or maybe an Audi. It's hard to tell, but it's got that like camouflage wrap on it, so you can't tell. So it's in like testing, it's pre-production prototype. But yeah, so I don't expect anybody to say that they love towing the park models. Maybe if you're with a company that pays you a lot more to tow a park model, maybe that would be a reason why you like it, because you're making more money. I get the same amount of money whether I'm pulling a park model or a 19-foot travel trailer. So for me, I'd rather either tow the fifth wheel or a tiny little travel trailer, because I'm going to make the same amount of money. I think probably a lot of people are going to say they like towing the fifth wheels, maybe some people the small travel trailers, but you know, for me it's going to be fifth wheel, then small travel trailer, then big travel trailer, then park model. I haven't pulled like a pop-up camper or anything like that. I feel like probably the majority of those are getting multi-hauled, so I don't think, you know, I haven't seen even a pop-up at any of our lots that I pick up from, so I don't think that'll ever happen. But yeah, I'll probably do a video again one day, maybe on like brands. I have to think about that, whether or not I want to do that, just because I don't want to talk down on a brand that I'm pulling. It's probably not nice, but we'll see. There definitely is a difference in build quality from the brands that I've pulled, and you know, I don't pull a lot of different brands. It's a lot of Jaycos, a lot of Coachmans, starting to get some Alliances, some Forest River products basically too. So you know, I've never pulled like a Brinkley or anything like that, so which from what I understand, the Brinkley is probably like the top of the line, but maybe one day I'll do a video on that. But yeah, in the comments, let me know what you think, what you enjoy pulling the most. And if you like these videos, definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave me a comment, and I'll make sure I reply.